Hello, beautiful. So in this video, we are going to talk about what should I do? What does it mean if a man starts pulling away? So you've been dating a guy for a month or two or three, and he suddenly seems to be pulling away. What does it mean? And what would I recommend that you do? So this is a very common scenario. It's something that I definitely experienced when I was dating, and we're just going to break it down. What's going on? What's the best approach and why? So the first thing to know is that there are several reasons it could appear that someone is pulling away, and not all of them are actually legitimate pulling away. So, men who have a lot going on will sometimes appear to be pulling away because they're so busy. Their attention is kind of being drawn elsewhere, but it's not actual pulling away. It's nothing to do with you or how they feel about you. It's about them and just what's going on in their life. So, that's number one. Number two, there are men who will kind of subconsciously test us to see if we will crowd them or if we will allow them freedom. And so they want to see if you want him basically on a leash and controlled, or if he's free. And he's kind of just wanting to make sure that he's free. So he wants to see how will you react if he kind of pulls away a little bit. And when you don't react by chasing, getting insecure, asking lots of questions, trying to control him, we're going to go into all the things to do and not to do. What it will do with this man is it will kind of act like a rubber band. He will come towards you again. So the rubber band pulls and then it springs close again. He'll come towards you again, sometimes even more strongly because you are safe for him. If you don't react, don't chase, don't do all these things, right? Next one. So men with unhealed wounds will pull away, generally because they're afraid, and this is legitimate pulling away. And then there are also men who are just emotionally unavailable, and they will pull away because they are emotionally unavailable, or at least they are to you. And then there are men who are not pulling away, they're just for whatever reason, losing interest. And so you have the experience of he's pulling away. So what should you do if it seems like the man that you are dating is pulling away? And my answer in a nutshell is to do nothing. And I'm going to break down what that means, how to do it, and why. So you don't want to be with a guy who you have to convince to be with you or chase to get, right? You want to be with someone who wants to be with you. So this man isn't your problem. If he doesn't want to be there with you, he is not the right guy for you. So you're going to do nothing, regardless of what the scenario is, if it was any of the things that I mentioned or other things that I didn't, because doing nothing will get you the best outcome and is the best for you in all of them. So you're going to let him pull away. Stop trying to control him. If he pulls away to the breaking point and is completely gone, or he's pulled away so much that you're just done, well, you know what? Basically, I would just say, well, okay, just tell yourself good riddance. I didn't chase after him. I didn't waste a ton of energy and emotion on him. And we're moving forward, right? Your only job is yourself. This man is not your job. And what he's doing is not your job. It's not your concern. Focus on feeling good in your own life and let him go if he wants to. Know that if he does go, something much better is coming, and clearly he is not the right one for you. So you're not going to necessarily know which of the different scenarios or reasons why I gave you that this might be happening with the person you're with when a man appears to be pulling away. But honestly, it's not really worth your energy to worry about it or try to figure it out. Because remember, he isn't your problem. What he does with his life isn't your problem. You are. What do you want? What feels right and good for you? You can't control him. You can only control yourself. So knowing that you are someone's dream girl and you aren't going to have to convince that man to stay with you or to love you. So you're just going to sit back and observe this man over time, because truthfully, only time is going to tell you which thing is actually going on. So you're just observing, you are staying unattached, and you're in your worth. So you want to see who he is, how committed to you he really is. So let him show you. Let him do the work of convincing you that he is worth your time. Because oftentimes when this starts to happen, we start trying to convince him that he should want us or stay with us. No, it's his job actually to be convincing you that he is worth your time. He's got to be showing you, right? So if he continues to distance and pull away, see if he does, or, see if he springs back and how long that takes. So how do you decide if this man is worth investing more into? So number one, you want to look at his actions. Actions speak louder than words. They tell the truth. So has he been investing significant time, energy, attention, and resources into you? If he has, then maybe he's not really fully like pulling away to disappear. He's taking space, he's busy, he's going through something, etc. You can have a conversation about your needs when he kind of springs back. And if he hasn't been showing you any actions of investment and commitment and anything, then what are you even spending another second worrying about him? Let that man go. Then number two, look at his words. Has he been saying he wants a committed relationship and then showing you through his actions? Or has he said he's not looking, not ready, not able, it's not yet, maybe he's still married, still getting over an ex, it's a bad time in his life. If he said any of those things, listen to it, because he's telling you, but you might not be listening. You might be trying to come up with excuses for him. So see if his words line up with his actions. Do they both check out? Do they both say the same thing? And if not, we're going to be trusting actions, not words, unless the actions are saying, I'm not ready. Men can invest a lot of time into us, and it can appear like they are wanting to move things to a relationship. But if he's saying to you, he's not ready, he's not able, not good times, still married, still getting over an ex, listen to that instead. You've got to take into account both. The other thing to know is that men realize how they feel about us in distance when they are away rather than in closeness. So let him figure it out, and you do you. You make the best decision for you. Sometimes when things are supposed to go to the next level, i.e., maybe moving into a committed relationship, subconscious fears may come up that have him pull away. You want him to work through those on his own and should choose to come towards you again. Crowding him at that time, chasing him, leaning forward at that time is going to be counterproductive. So give him all the space. If he takes too much space, then become uninterested in him and move on. You only want a man who wants to be there, and you want to see how serious he is, and does he want to be there? By observing him, he's going to show you. So how do you know if and when you need to move on? So, well, number one, that would be when he continues to distance, doesn't spring back, and doesn't keep you in the loop even while he's busy, or if he continues to do this thing too often. Number two, you've communicated what you want and need, and he doesn't meet you halfway, even when he could. So once you communicate what you want and need, it's up to him to take action or not. And interested men, serious men, will take action because they don't want to lose you. So if you say it's important to me to hear from the person I'm dating, at least once a day, or if you say, like, I'd like to see you again, does he take action to make that happen or not? Let his actions speak. Don't be afraid to lose him. If you lose him, it means he's the wrong guy for you, because you're not going to lose the right guy for you. So be at peace with that. You don't want the wrong guy. And finally, take all of this energy and obsession and focus on him and focus it back on you and your life and your movement forward in your life. So the place here where a lot of women, myself included in the past, get tripped up is when we haven't dealt with our abandonment stuff, our self-worth stuff, issues around that, beliefs around that, anxious attachment related things that definitely are going to have us obsessing, leaning forward, worrying, anxious, trying really hard, etc. And if we're lacking in self-love. So what happens is we end up looking outside of ourselves for validation to feel good enough. We put the man we're dating on a pedestal and don't see him clearly. We end up putting up with things that we shouldn't put up with because of that. We take more responsibility than we should for him and his choices. And we minimize ourselves, our needs, our wants, and we try to fit into the box that we think he wants. We become obsessive about him. We try to convince him and chase after him. We become demanding and needy. We become very insecure. We start trying to change ourselves and self-abandon to try to get him to like us or not abandon us. The list goes on. And all of this is going to backfire on you. And so I know that this advice can be easier said than done if our relationship with ourselves isn't solid and we haven't done enough inner work that's going to allow us to stay in our own lane and not chase and not overwork and not question our worth dependent on what a man is doing. And this is what the High Value Woman Mastermind is for, which is my 5-month group coaching program for high achieving women who are wanting to find the right person for that long-term committed relationship that's going towards marriage. They want to have security in that relationship. They want to be with the right person for them, and they want to be in that relationship in a healthy way. So in the High Value Woman Mastermind, I break all of this down, all the dating situations and scenarios, and help you really embody your worth and high value and navigate dating from a healthy, secure, and confident place. So you can handle all kinds of situations, communicate powerfully, and have peace of mind, clarity, and self-trust. So you get live coaching support on 3 times a month group calls. You get support with inner work and practical guidance. You have access to tons of resources in an 8-module online library to help you heal the root causes of negative patterns like anxious attachment, self-abandonment, becoming obsessed with men, putting them on pedestals, having trouble with boundaries and speaking up, etc. You're going to raise your self-worth and build security and self-love from within first, and then you're going to learn how to approach dating in an empowered and secure way, how to handle all these different kinds of situations so you can be pursued by and easily attract your right man and enter into a committed relationship with him within 3 months of meeting. And it's based on my years of one-on-one coaching, my in-depth work with clients over the years that has resulted in engagements, marriages, babies, and turned around love lives so that women are no longer working so hard for love, but instead embodying their worth and their feminine energy, loving themselves, and through that attracting and choosing the highest caliber of men who are going to be really good for them. And all of this work has been put into the mastermind. So we do inner healing work, building self-love and self-confidence work, boundaries and communication skills, releasing the past and healing your heart, unlocking your feminine energy, mastering dating so it's really simple to navigate, and understanding men, knowing how they think and operate when it comes to love and commitment and relationships, so you can have that lasting relationship with the right man for you, because I don't want you to just attract him. I want you to actually have that lasting relationship. You get 5 months of 3 times a month group coaching calls, a private Facebook group where you get support from me throughout the week, an online library, like I said, of 8 modules, breaking everything down in depth, and an hour-long one-on-one call with me to really do a deep dive into you. So by the time you are done, I guarantee you, you will not be the same woman that you were when you entered. This is a system I developed over years of coaching women and seeing exactly what moves the needle. And I know you want to enter your next relationship, a healthy, transformed, worthy, self-honoring woman, and have that be truly the right person and relationship for you. So to join the mastermind, to apply to join the mastermind, which is enrolling right now, if you're on YouTube, you can find the link in the description box below. If you're watching on Instagram, then click the link in my bio or send me a DM and I will send you the link with the details and application. You are worth it. You are worth the investment in yourself and your life and having the dream relationship that you desire. And I hope to see you inside. Bye, love.